the show, everybody. Joseph Robert Camo, the fantasy football counselor. In this video, we are talking about the top 5, guys. Top 5 wide receivers for fantasy football 2022. The very early list, guys. We're going to dive into this super early, talking about the guys at wide receiver who could finish top 5 going into the season. So, deep dive here with you guys, having some fun here in the off season, getting ready for fantasy football 2022. And we're not even done fantasy football 2021. Well, we kind of are, unless you're playing DFS. Year long is pretty much done at this point. But I can't wait. We're already, the calendar is flipped over to 2022. Cannot wait. Got to dive into the analysis of the wide receivers going into this 2020 season. So before we get into that, guys, Manscape.com is the sponsor. Go treat yourself, guys. Amazing fit finish on their product. I've got the Lawnmower 3.0 in my hand. I prefer the Lawnmower 4.0, the newer, cooler version. Both really cool. Both do the job. Skin-safe technology. Head on over to Manscape.com. Try their shampoo. Try their body wash. You'll be very, very happy, guys. Use promo code. This is a new code, guys. ShowerLion20 to save 20% off. That's ShowerLion20 to save 20% off on your Manscaped products. Go do that, guys. Right now, you'll be very, very happy. All right, guys? Let's dive into the top 5 wide receivers, starting from 5 all the way to 1. Now, this is really tough because it is prior to the draft. And my main rankings, I don't really believe in rankings per se. I do everything by the 16-round draft solution. Now, if you haven't gotten 16-round draft solution, pre-order it below for the lowest price this season, guys. All the optimal players drafted in each round, sleepers, breakouts, dynasty, everything you guys need in the 16-round draft solution. I've linked it right here below, guys. Pre-order right now or go to thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. I don't really go by rankings. I go by the optimal players drafted in each round. I'll give you an example here, right? Najee Harris across the board. Consensus rankings, top 14 running back. He wasn't even in the top 10. I was drafting him in round 1 and 2. Okay? You got to know where the value is. You got to know where the breakouts are. You got to know where all the players are. That's why 16 rounds is a game changer, and the consensus are dead. Now, I'm not crazy about rankings, but I have fun with them here for the show, and I kind of break down the wide receivers, right? So understand, guys, that rankings will not help you per se, but it's fun. It's good to rank these guys and have a kind of analysis on where they could potentially finish. That's why my rankings look totally different, because I project forward, okay? So let's dive into this, guys. Top 5 wide receivers. Again, this is tough, and I hate to do copy and paste, but with wide receivers, the top guys are pretty much the top guys, and I told you, though, that there's going to be some rookie wide receivers stepping up. Jamar Chase finishing 5th amongst wide receivers this year, right? We had Hunter Renfrow step up, become a sleeper, finish top 10. We had Jalen Waddle step up. Michael Pittman finishing 17th amongst wide receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown turning it up near the end of the season, finishing 21st. All these guys, like Amon-Ra St. Brown was ranked 80th on the consensus rankings. Jamar Chase really low on the rankings. So rankings mean nothing. Jalen Waddle, all these guys finishing on top. That's why I say you can get the value later at wide receiver. I don't like to overpay. I'll give you an example. Another example. Justin Jefferson, his rookie year, in 16 rounds, I said, get him. Make sure he's on your rosters. Draft him in the 8th round. That was the value, but what ended up happening is he had a good year, which is good, as I called it. Then he was really high on the ADP. Even though he did really well, I didn't want to pay the 2nd-round pick for him. I got myself a Cooper Kupp in the round 4, value at Deebo Samuel. Other guys, Hunter Renfrow, were on my roster as well. I had Thielen on my team prior to get hurt, Deontay Johnson. So I could get the value for you guys in the wide receiver position. That's what you should be doing. You shouldn't overpay for a wide receiver. So the 5 guys I'm going to say here that are in my top 5, the early list, I'm probably not going to end up drafting because their ADP is going to be too high. I get the value at wide receiver. That's how I win my leagues. That's how 16 rounders win the league. So pre-order 16 rounds below. Okay, coming at number 5 here, I got to go with Stephon Diggs, finishing number 7 amongst wide receivers. Stephon Diggs is solid. He's a veteran. He stays healthy. His targets were really good at 165. So I really love those juicy targets, putting him 5th amongst targets, just behind Jefferson and ahead of DJ Moore. Love the targets there. Stephon Diggs, 165 targets, 103 receptions for 1,225 yards and 10 touchdowns. So touchdowns, yardage, targets, everything is there to make him a prime receiver. Am I going to pay for a late 1st round, early 2nd round pick? Probably not, actually. So, but when you're talking top 5 wide receivers, he's got to be in that talk, in that consideration, as him and Josh Allen continue to develop that connection and that rapport. Coming at number 4 here, and I got to go with this guy, is Justin Jefferson. Listen, this guy, again, like I said, I had him in the rookie year. I told you guys to consider him. The talent was there. But again, am I going to pay a high price? Probably not. But the talent is there. He seems to be a primary target there for Cousins. And there's no denying with 167 targets, 108 receptions, and 10 touchdowns. I mean, Thielen is there. He was hurt near the end of the season. So maybe Thielen's going to get some more of those touchdowns. Maybe, Jefferson's touchdowns go down from 10, or they could, go up as he continues to get better and better. So Jefferson, I've got him at number 4. I think the talent is there. I think he may have hit his stride this season in regards to top peak potential. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's more left in the tank to go higher. But the talent is there. The youth is there. The opportunity is there. The volume is there. Jefferson's got a good 3-4 years left in him out of solid fantasy protection, barring any type of injury, okay? Got him at number 4. Number 3, who finished number 5 amongst wide receivers, is Jamar Chase. I got him at number 3. I think he's going to be a top-tier wide receiver. Very high ADP next year. Expect that. And Jamar Chase had a phenomenal year with 13 touchdowns, 1,455 yards. Great talent. I think he's the best rookie coming out of the draft. And I'm not just saying in fantasy. I'm talking in reality. He looked the best. And that rapport with Joe Burrow continues to grow. So Jamar Chase, I got him at number 3, the youth, the talent, the opportunity, the connection. And that's one thing I look at when I'm looking at top tier wide receiver is who's throwing the ball, and he's got a good quarterback throwing to him. So barring any type of injury, again, Jamar Chase, I got him at number 3. And again, I might not have any of these guys on my team next year because I'm going robust RB and I'm getting the value at wide receivers. As you can see here, Jamar Chase, top 5. As you can see here, Deontay Johnson, top 8. As you can see here, Hunter Renfrow, number 10. As you can see here, Deebo Samuel finished 3rd amongst wide receivers. As you can see here, Cooper Kupp finished number 1 on wide receivers. All these guys were not drafted in the first round. You got to get the value, guys. That's what we do. That's what 16 rounds is, the game changer, okay? So we went Stephon Diggs, we went Jefferson, then we went Jamar Chase. Number 2 and 1. Again, this is tough, and to be honest with you, this is a very early list. So I'm literally trying not to copy and paste, but in this case, I kind of have to based on, the volume, talent, opportunity. But I got to go in here with number 2 is Cooper Kupp. Now, he finished number 1. I'm sliding him down 2. Naturally seeing a regression there, maybe an injury. Again, you're going to see a decline with people that perform on top. So Cooper Kupp, depending on what happens on that depth chart, is Odell going to get more volume? What's going to happen? There's a lot of uncertainty. Are they going to run the ball more with Cam Akers come back? We don't know. But Cooper Kupp, based on targets, 191 targets, that's phenomenal. That's what you want to see out of a wide receiver. That's above par. I'm happy with 165 targets, right? I love my receivers getting the targets. And Cooper Kupp was the leader in targets with 191. That's absolutely phenomenal. 16 touchdowns, 1,947 yards. Is he going to duplicate this season again next year? Absolutely not. He will not. But as of right now, I've got him at number 2. And number 1, again, I won't be investing this on him. An early draft pick, that is. But I'm looking at it here, Devontae Adams. Decline definitely imminent. And I mentioned there'd be a decline based on touchdowns. He went to 11 touchdowns compared to prior year. I think he had like 17. I'm just pulling it up here. I don't know it off the top of my head. But his touchdowns are always, always high. And that's 18 touchdowns in 2020. I stand corrected. It wasn't 17. And I mentioned there'd be a decline in touchdowns, but he continued to produce on a high level with 169 targets, 123 receptions, and 1,553 yards, 11 touchdowns. And I knew that the connection would be there. I knew there'd be a slight decline, but sure enough, he continued to crush it, definitely returning his average draft position of first round, but one of the only wide receivers to do so. Other guys do not. Tyreek Hill finished 6th amongst wide receivers PPR, but very inconsistent. There's like 5 or 6 games where he absolutely crapped the bed. Like you wouldn't even want him on your team. Like you wouldn't even want him there. So, based on talent, opportunity, that rapport with Aaron Rodgers, hence why I'm wearing the Green Bay hat for this episode, I got to put Devontae Adams at number 1, okay? So this is very early, guys, and just because I'm saying these guys are top 5 doesn't mean I'm not going to change it, or doesn't mean I'm even going to draft these guys. I'm probably going to stay away. I'm going to look for the value at wide receiver, okay, guys? So those are your top 5 wide receivers going into 2022. Very early list. Again, there's other guys that could slide into that top 10 very easily. Maybe a rookie coming in, depending on where they land. There's a lot of stuff that's going to change after that NFL draft in May. Early May, okay? Late April, early May. All right, guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and get that 16-round draft solution below. Pre-order now for the lowest price of the season and head on over to manscape.com. Use code ShowerLion20. Thank you for being here, guys, and enjoy the rest of the offseason. Fantasy Football 2020 is here. Let's get it.